Those who keep the Shabbat and call it a delight shall rejoice in your majesty. All who hallow the seventh day shall find happiness in your goodness. This day is Israel's festival of the spirits, sanctified and blessed by you, the most precious of days, a symbol of the joy of creation.
שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עמך, עמך, ברכנו, ברכנו אבינו, כולנו כאחד. ברכנו, ברכנו אבינו, כאור פניך. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עמך,
Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country, that may always be a stronghold of peace and an advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within its borders, health and happiness within its homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship among the inhabitants of all lands. And may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Blessed is the eternal God, the source of peace.
This day is Shabbat. One day we have in the midst of our hectic week to take a little more time for ourselves. One day we have in the midst of our hectic lives, take a little more time for ourselves as well. Enough at least to close our prayer books for a moment and to put them away, to release ourselves of a printed word. And to trust a little more. Enough at least to close our eyes for this moment and to begin to look within. And take a deep breath and to relax. To breathe in God's gift to each and every one of us. To breathe out our gift to this very world. It's Shabbat. A moment in time we can take the time to focus a little more keenly on the things that truly create blessings in our lives, the gifts we feel. In the midst of the hecticness and craziness and busyness that fills our days, to pause for a moment, to soak in the beauty that truly is in our world. So often our nature, our personality notices the negative, the gray skies, the clouds in our world, the rain that falls, the challenges that ensue. But even in the midst of that, so much goodness is there as well. The kindness that we feel, the compassion that can fill our days, the generosity, even of strangers. And personally in our own lives, in each and every one of them, we can find those blessings as well, whether it's the whisper of a sweet child that we hear, reminding us of the innocence of youth, or the touch of a friend, and how we know we're not alone in this world, or a sense of community we experience. Even the memories that are part of who we are, the blessings that we celebrate, the values that we hold on to that have been given to us, that too become our gifts. And when we think about it, we realize each and every day those are always there, are always present, and sometimes we might miss that. So Shabbat's a moment when we pause and recognize, and in so doing, giving thanks and realizing how blessed we truly are. In doing that, more than making this day Shabbat, we make our Shabbat just a little more kadosh. We make our Shabbat just a little more holy. Zehayom asa Adonai nagila v'nismecha bo. This is a day that God has made. Let us rejoice and let us be glad in it. Hine ma tovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad.
We continue our service with the reading of the Torah on page 79. As is our tradition, in honor of my bar mitzvah and in thanks for their love and their kindness, I call upon my dad and Nana Marilyn. It shall come to pass in the fullness of time that the mountain of the Eternal's house shall be established as the highest mountain and raised above the hills, and all nations shall flow to it. And many people shall come and say, Come, let us go up the mountain of the Eternal, to the house of the God of Jacob. Then we may be taught the ways of our God, and walk in the path of the Almighty.
אין כמוך באלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך. מלכותך מלכות כל העולמים, לכבודך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לימו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום.
I am so proud to be here today, and I love you so much. I've watched you grow up to this beautiful young man that you are, and it's my honor to be able to put this on you as your bat mitzvah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher k'shem etav tzivanu lehitate patzitzit. Bless you, God, ruler of the universe, has given us responsibility to wear the talis, the garment of our people.
It's my turn. Gabe, Gabester, Gaberino, Grandpa, Buck. You're known by so many names, and people would say, who know you, which is everybody in this room, what a kind, sweet, wonderful young man you are. And I will say, for everybody here, congratulations. We'll also speak for the people who can't be here tonight. Your mom, your Zeta, my mom, that we all love you so much, and we're so proud of you. And this is just the first mitzvah of so many more that I look forward to being with you for. I love you, buddy.
Our God and God of our ancestors, as I stand before this ark, I represent the generations of my people, who stood before you, who have lived and died by your law. Give me the wisdom to understand the words that shall be read from your Torah. Endow me with the sensitivity that can make this law a part of my life and a length of my days. May your word be a lamp unto our people's feet and a light unto our path, showing us the way to reality that is true and a life that is righteous. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Our God is one, our God is great. Holy is God's name.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Lecha Adonai Hagidula, Hagivura, Hatiferet, Hanetzach, Hahod. Ki chol bashamayim u'ba'aretz, Ki chol bashamayim u'ba'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha, ve'amid na'aseh lechol lerosh. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, udvar Adonai miYerushalayim. Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, udvar Adonai miYerushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah le'amo, Torah le'amo Yisrael. Baruch shenatan Torah le'amo Yisrael. Bikdushato ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, udvar Adonai miYerushalayim.
Please be seated. Our Torah portion this Shabbat is Vayishlach from Genesis chapter 32, beginning with verse 23, as Gabe will read for us. If you'd like to follow along with his reading, it can be found on page 218 of our Chumashim. The blue Torah commentaries can be found in our seats. And so we call upon our first Aliyah, Debbie and Michael Mazius, the aunt and uncle of our bar mitzvah, returning once again to the Bima on this auspicious Shabbat morning. That's right. We like having him up here. Ya'amdu, Devorah Baruch v'Miriam, Mordechai ben Avram v'Fegel Rezel Rishon.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Natein HaTorah. Amen.
Vayakom b'layla hu vayikach et shete v'shav ve'et shete shivchotav ve'et achad asar yalado vaya'avor et ma'avar yabok vaya'achem vayikachem vaya'avirem et hanachal vaya'aver et asher lo vaya'avet Vayivater Yaakov levado ve'avek ish imo ad alot hashachar vayar ki lo yechal lo vayiga bechaf yorech vateka kaf yorech Yaakov ve'aveko imo.
Upon our second Aliyah, cousins of our bar mitzvah, Aaron Jacobs and Stav Davir. Ya'amdu Aharon Shmiram ben Avram Devorah Stav ben Haggai v'Yali Shenit.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Vayomer Shele Chini Ki Allah Hashachar Vayar Lo Ashele Chacha Ki Im Barach Tani Vayomer Elav Ma Shemecha Vayomer Yaakov Ye'amer La Yaakov Ye'amer Od Shimcha Ki Israel Ki Sarit Im Elohim Ve'im Anoshim Ve'tuchal.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher natan lanu Torah temet v'chayei olam natan b'tocheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen. Amen.
Told you, Scott, we should not have given him that honor. Right? Stav, I'm sorry you had to endure that. He was banned. Back to Bowman. We call upon our third Aliyah, the more appropriate parts of the family, Scott, Emily, Claire, and Jillian Mazius, the father and older sisters of our bar mitzvah. Ya'amdu Simcha ben Avram v'Feiga Rezel, Penina Eliana, Ilana bat Simcha v'Chanaleya, Rachel Devora bat Simcha v'Chanaleya, Leora Ruth bat Simcha v'Chanaleya, Shlishit.
Vayishal Yaakov Vayomer Hagid na Shemecha Vayomer Lama Ze Tish'al Lishmi Vayvarech Oto Sham Vayikra Yaakov Shem Hamakom Panuel Ki Ra'iti Elohim Panim El Panim V'tutzal Vayishal Yaakov Lo Vaya Hashemesh Ka'asher Avar Et Panuel V'hu Tzala Al Yarecho.
We call upon our final aliyah, our maftir, our bar mitzvah. Ya'amod Gavriel ben Simcha v'Chanalei Ravira bar mitzvah.
Baruch et Adonai Havarach.
Baruch Adonai Havarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Havarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'omim. Natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. Al ken lo yechelu b'nei Israel et gid hanasheh, asher al kaf hayarech ad hayom hazeh ki naga bechaf yarech Yaakov begid hanasheh, asher vayisa Yaakov Inav Vayar Vehine Esav Ba Vaimo Arba Meot Ish Vayachet At Hayeladim Al Leah Ve'al Rachel Ve'al Shete Hashefachot Vayisam Et Hashefachot Ve'et Yaldehen Rishoneh Ve'et Leah Vaya Viladecha Acharonim Ve'et Rachel Ve'et Yosef Acharonim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam nata betohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. My Torah portion is about how Jacob stood up to an angel as he crossed the river of Jabbok and survived. Jacob sent his family, servants, and possessions to safety and faced the angel alone. They wrestled until daybreak, and the angel wrenched Jacob's hip. The angel wanted to leave, but Jacob made him bless him before he would let him go. I find it interesting that Jacob lived after fighting with an angel. Jacob was wounded but lived, showing he was a unique person to have survived. I believe he had the help of God. To me, this portion is showing us how Jacob and the rest of our ancestors have the power and help of our God. These verses relate to me both as Jacob, me, and the rest of the Jewish people have the possibility to overcome any obstacle that comes our way. Personally, I have had to overcome the loss of one of my closest friends moving to another country. Technology helps, but my other close friends have helped me cope with this change in my life. In this story, like life, we learned that we have the ability to overcome any of life's challenges. To me, becoming a bar mitzvah is to deepen my connection in Judaism and my involvement with Jewish life. This journey has challenged me with the need to learn Hebrew well. Luckily, I had Yali to teach me and help me prepare for this day, both as my tutor and as my friend. My preparation will allow me to be more involved in services, both at home and in Shir Shalom. Services will have more meaning to me, since I now have a better understanding with the prayers mean. I will also be able to continue the volunteering at religious school on the weekends. Recently, there was a little boy who had missed the Hebrew class and was lost in the lesson. I was able to take him aside and tutor him on what he missed. He was able to catch up and then contributed to the class. That was a great feeling to be able to pass along a little of what I've learned. I now call upon my cousins, Tal, Stav, and Shir Dvir, to be the Hagbah and Galia, who will hold and dress the Torah and honor me on this very special day of my life. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim ratza, v'div rehem, hanet v'im be'emet, Baruch atah Adonai, habocher b'Torah uv Moshe, avdo, uv Israel amo, uv'nvi'e ha'emet v'tzedek. My Haftorah comes from the prophet Hosea, chapter 12. Ve'anochi Adonai Elohecha me'eretz Mitzrayim od oshivecha va'ohalim kime moed. Ve'dibarti al hanevi'im ve'anochi chazon. Hir beiti uv yad hanvi'im Adame, im Gilad, aven ach shav hayu begilgal, shavarim zibechu gam mizbechotam, kigalim al talme sedai. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, tzur kol ha'olamim, tzadik bechol hadorot. Ha'el hanet v'im ha'omer ve'oseh. Ham daber kayem shekol devarav. Emet v'tzedek. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al han v'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh. Shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, lik dusha v'lim nucha, lechavod ul tifaret, al hakol Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach, Umvarchim otach yitbarach shimcha befi kol hai tamid le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat.
As I traveled this week for Thanksgiving, I did some people watching. And I was reminded that there are two types of people in this world. There are frequent travelers who know how to breeze through security, and holiday travelers who need TSA to explain everything. There are travelers who go with the flow after a delay in their flight, and travelers who have difficulty and a hard time with change. With that, I learned that there's different types of people in general in this world. For Thanksgiving, there's people who like dark meat, and others who prefer the white meat. There are those who call it dressing, and those who call it stuffing. And during my travels, I saw a story that reminded me of another pair of opposites as well. The story was about a duck hunter. Every summer, John would practice with his dogs so that they would be ready when hunting season began. Last year, after his dog had some health problems, John found himself in the market for a new one. He searched the internet for breeders all over the country. He even traveled to visit a few in order to make sure that he was going to be getting the best dog out there. His search finally ended when he came across a dog who could, unbelievably, walk on water to retrieve the ducks that had been shot down. John was a little bit shocked by his find and knew that since he had to see it to believe it, his friends would never believe him if he told them over the phone. So he decided to break the news to one of his friends, Dave, by inviting him to go hunting with him and his new dog. As they waited by the shore, a flock of ducks flew by. They fired and a duck fell. The dog responded and jumped into the water, but he never sank. Instead, he walked across the water to retrieve the bird, never getting more than his paws wet. This continued all day long. Dave watched carefully, saw everything, but never said a single word. On the ride home, John asked his friend, "Did you notice anything unusual about my dog?" "Sure did," Dave responded. "He can't swim." The story teaches us that there's two ways people see our world. There's Dave, the pessimist, who focuses on the worst in our world. People like this witness the positive, but they can only find the negative. And there's the optimist, the one who can see the good and the positive, the one who's able to look beyond challenges and see blessings. And that's what we learn in this week's Torah portion as well. You see, 2 weeks ago we read the story about Jacob and Esau and their fallout. Esau's response to Jacob stealing his birthright was a vow to kill him. Fearing for his life, Jacob fled to the city where his mother was from, to Haran. And there, Jacob did well for himself. He married 2 women, had 12 of his 13 children, and amassed wealth in the form of livestock. But after 20 years, Jacob decided that it was time to return home and make up with his brother Esau. And so Jacob took his entire family and their fortune and headed back to the land of Canaan, not knowing what to expect, not knowing if Esau would still want to kill him. To protect himself, Jacob came up with a plan. As Jacob arrived in the area where Esau lived, he sent ahead servants with gifts for his brother, his way of trying to help his brother see the good in his return. But Esau didn't need those bribes because of the outlook that he had. Esau's response to all the bribes that were sent was to initially decline them. Yesh li rav, achi, he said. I have enough, my brother. Esau was saying that he didn't need them because he was content to have his brother back. It's hard to know how we would respond to a situation like this unless we were in the exact situation. But I imagine that for many of us, after 20 years of no contact, the reunion would have brought up feelings of ill will, of grudges, of jealousy. But not for Esau. For him, it was realizing the wonderful news that his brother would be back in his life. He was able to see the positive in what could have been a sea of challenges. And it's a great lesson for us about perspective and how we see our world. Gabe, It's a lesson that your family has learned well. In fact, it seems to be in the Mazius DNA. There's a goodness that seems to have been implanted within you. It helps you see the best in situations, in people, and in the world around you. It's something that your family has modeled for you and a lesson that you've learned well. You always seem to find the good. You make it come out in your life. And I think part of that may come from the question that you've asked at every one of our meetings. Even in the middle of a Madrachim event, you always take the time to ask, how was your day? And in doing that, without realizing it, you give people the opportunity to bring out the good, to recognize the blessings that are a part of our lives. May you always be that reminder for all of us. May you continue to ask that question, helping all of us recognize life's beauty. And may you too continue to experience those blessings and have that ability, like Esau, to say, Yesh li Rav, to say that you have all that you need in life. Amen. We continue with our prayers of Mi Sheberach Lecholim, for our prayers for those who are in need of healing. We take Torah out and walk around with it and reach out to it, hoping that the words that have given our people strength of Torah for thousands of years continue to give us and our loved ones strength as well. Mishaberach Avotenu Imotenu Abraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'Sara Leah Rebecca v'Rachel v'Leah Hu Yavarech et Tacholeh. Merciful God, who blessed our ancestors, send blessings to our loved ones who are stricken with illness. To Greg Adams, Alyssa Ayudo, Stephen Averbach, Susan Averbach, Alyssa Bandeline, Suzanne Becker, Batia Batbeshia Panina, Elsie Bellinger, Carol Binder, Simon Bink, Joel Bussell, Pat Carey, Karen Kassman, Alexis Chadwick, Bill Cooperstock, Colt Delverne, Gary Fishman, Mara Goldberg, Hank Heiser, Herschel Feivel, Ben Benjamin Vigittel, Vera Hopkins Gordon, Phyllis Indianer, Ethan Kadish, Paula Kalt, Serafina Coffrin, Leba Sarah Bat Yocheved, Jan Landsberg, Henry Leopold, Manriva Bat Raphael Vachaya, Zoe Marcus, Leonard Meiji, Larry Miller, Sherry Minland, Deborah Mursky, Craig Newman, Sylvia Rosen, Laura Roth, Shmuel Ben Rachel, Noni Saint Amand, Barbara Saperstein, Maureen Schiffman, Erna Schoen, Sadie Emerson Schwartz, David Schulman, Sonia Sklar, Harriet Stone, Lisa Mendelson Weiner, Paul Wooden, Loretta Ziegelman, 20,095 American troops who have been injured in Iraq and Afghanistan, and all the names in our hearts. May God grant them a refuah shlema, as together we sing.
Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
We turn to page 89 and rise. Havu godel lelohenu, utnu chavod lelohenu la Torah. Let's declare the greatness of our God and give honor to the Torah. Yahalelu et Shem Adonai, ki niskav shemo levado. Let's praise God's name, for it is exalted above all.
Hodo al eretz l'shamayim, vayorem keren li'amo, tehillah lechol chassid.
Tamima Meshivat Nafesh. Edut Adonai Ne'emana. Mach Kimat Peti. The law of our God is perfect, restoring the soul. The testimony of the Eternal is sure, making wise the simple. Pikudei Adonai Yesharim. Mesam Che Lev. Mitzvat Adonai Bara. Meir at Enayim. The precepts of our God are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Eternal is clear, enlightening the eyes. Yirat Adonai Tehorah. O Medet La'ad. Mish Pete Adonai Emet. Sadku Yechdav. The presence of our God is pure, enduring forever. The judgments of the Eternal are true and righteous altogether. Ki lekach tov natati lekach lachem torati al ta'azovu. Behold, I've given you a good doctrine, my Torah. Do not forsake it.
It's Chaimi, Lama Chazikim Ba, V'Tom Micheha, Meushar, Derachiha, Darchenoa, V'Chol Netivoteha, Shalom.
Gabe, in honor of this very special time in your life, we invite up Mr. Josh Sherman, the immediate past president of Temple Shir Shalom, to give you his gifts on behalf of our community.
Gabe, I have the great honor of being here today on behalf of the board and the whole congregation to say you rocked it. And you were fantastic. And Gabe, you're an amazing guy from truly an amazing and beautiful family. And I have the honor today, as Rabbi Moskowitz said, to present you gifts in honor of your bar mitzvah. A beautiful prayer book that you can take to holiday services, even has your name on it. A certificate that says a tree in your name has been planted in Israel on behalf of Temple's Brotherhood, and your first year in Temple's Shir Shalom Temple Youth Group, sponsored by Lev Belev, our women's group. So Gabe, Mazel Tov, congratulations, you were great.
Gabe. So this is special for many, many reasons, besides the part that you have to listen for a moment and stay still. So, yes, we've known you at Temple your entire life, but it's not like you were born and named and then you disappeared. You've been a part of this place every day of your life. You know, you are the first product of our preschool to come to this bima and become a bar mitzvah. And so we watch that, and we're proud of how you've embraced all of what we've given you and owned it and made it yours. But even more than that is just you always loving being a part of Temple, with that smile, with that kindness, with that sense of just community and purpose that makes us want to be in your presence. And I have to mention that it comes from a lot of places for you. You've owned it. It is who you are. But we watch that, and we see it from all around. You're wearing a kippah from your Zaidi today. You've always had it in your drawer, gave it to you many moons ago, and you proudly put it on. Said, I want to wear it for this day. And, you know, Manny was very much a part of this community. He welcomed me here the day I arrived, and he made sure that I got to know his son-in-law and daughter, your dad and your mom. Made sure that they were a part of people who welcomed me here as well with him. And that's special. And I watch the spring in your step and the smile on your face, and yeah, I see your mom too. I see her and the joy that she shared with this world and how much She is a part of who you are, just in that core. And that's such a special thing for all of us as well. And I watch your sense of purpose and your sense of love, and I see so much of your dad in you. You know, you and all your sisters are really a testament to who your dad is and how he cares for people. Because he understands what people need in this world, and he loves them dearly. And you know what? He's been with you and with them every step of this journey. And he is a role model for all of us what it means to love and how to be a caring parent. Makes us proud. Proud of examples that friends can share. Proud of what kind of people can be in this world because of who you are. So, this is yours. This is yours that you have made so real for us to celebrate you. And yeah, you did really nicely today. And you've led us beautifully, and that's special. And we like that. But more than that, we love who you are. We love what you bring into our world and what you share in this world. And we are so excited to watch where that goes for the rest of your years of your life as you make our world even more special and more of a blessing for all of us in it. That is something very special, my friend. And with that in mind, we ask of God to bless you at this time.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you, and may God protect you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
Gabe, may God shine upon you, and may God shine through you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישמך שלום.
May God lift you up, giving you the strength to always be you. And most of all, may you be blessed with peace. Peace in your heart, peace in your mind, and may you help bring a little more peace into our world. So together we all say, Amen. Amen. Our service as we rise together for our adoration, for our concluding prayers on page 76.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
And on page 95, The Kaddish may be understood as a praise for the gift of life, love, and thought. It is a reminder of all that came before us. It is a testament to the psalmists and sages, the poets and prophets of our people, who made our life and our faith possible. It is a celebration of our past, our present, and our future. Though it never mentions death, it is a reminder of all the friendships that we have cherished and the memories that we have shared. Even in the most painful times, the Kaddish is our statement of faith. And so, in this Shabbat, we think of those friends and family who have been taken from us in these most recent days, whose Shiva and Shloshim we mark. Dr. Stephen Liss, Harvey Mann, Berta Reichenstein-Meides, Yuri Benkenstadt, Gail Kaplansky, Howard Emmer, the victims of Tree of Life Orla Simcha Congregation, Dor Chadash, and New Light, and the 2,382 Americans in our armed forces lost in Afghanistan and the surrounding areas to date. And to their names we add those whose yard-sites we mark, those whose anniversary of passing we lovingly commemorate. Julius Berkowitz, Cynthia Kane, Rhoda Feinberg, Hyman Harry Frank, Sylvia Golds, Golden Estrin Jacobson, June Heller Cole, Lillian Kunzman, Nathan Lieberman, Bernard Myers, Roy Nathan, Sylvia Newman, Alfred Peck, Diane Roche, Ethel Schoenfeld, Paul Shapiro, Arlene Starr, Martha Stevens, Sheva Stolovich, Harry Zucker, along with all the names in our hearts and those who have no one to say Kaddish for them. Do we join together in the immortal words of the mourner's Kaddish as found on page 96 of our prayer books. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad yivarach yirutei v'amlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei v'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitrumam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei kudusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechamata. Damiran be'ama v'imru. Amen. Yehei shalama Rabbah min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn. Comfort to all the bereaved among us here and everywhere. As together we say, Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, imru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Shabbos, everyone.
Good Shabbos, Rabbi.
Before we conclude our service and our Kiddush, we have a nice luncheon for us to enjoy in honor of our bar mitzvah. But before we get there, a moment of tish for those who are guests. A tish at the table in Yiddish, and And the rabbis would sit around a table in 16th century, 17th century, 8th century, and answer questions about that week's Torah portion and about dogs who walk on water. And so if you have a question about that, that's great, but really we open up to anything you want to ask a question about Jewish law or lore or whatever's on your mind, and we have to answer to the best of our ability, or turn to our favorite NPR psychologist and see if he'd like to give some insight into that as well. I love turning on the radio and hearing that voice. That was awesome. So, sorry. Yes. Yes, Kendall? Oh, no? Okay. Jilly? Yes, Jill? Oh, that's a good question. You know, it was a great party for us, and we might still do that in time, but it had gone down in numbers a little bit, and the donor who helped make it happen wanted to see how we could use the money for different things this year and make other things possible for Temple too. But it's a fun event, isn't it? Okay, so drum up some more people to come, and we'll do it. How's that sound? Okay. Yes, Richard. Yes. What does the fifth direction stand for, Rabbi? Our beautiful new prayer. Thank you for noticing the new prayer book. This is the second Shabbat. We formally have used it now. The second bar mitzvah to be a part of it. And so consecrated by Brett there last week. Always. He can autograph any of the books if you want as well. So the fifth direction is called that.
Four directions most of us are familiar with: north, south, east, and west. And there's a midrash, and it's written in there as well when you have time to thumb through it. That a Jew is also supposed to look inwards. And so the fifth direction is looking in and thinking about, but it's really for everybody, that we look inwards and think about who we are as a person and who we want to be and how we become that person.
Awesome. Well, we give thanks for the sweetness of this day and the joy of Shabbat, moments in our lives to celebrate as well. As we rise together, we invite Gabe to join with us here in the center of the bima with the cantor.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
Borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Adonai oz le'amo yitain. May God bless you with strength. Adonai yivarech et amo v'ashalom. May God bless all of us here and everywhere with peace. Good Shabbos.